This is an update to my last video where I talked about the killings of 15 aid workers in Gaza by the IDF. There has recently been footage released that was found on the phone of one of the deceased aid workers, and basically it is a video of his last moments, which essentially disproves everything Israel claimed. I will put a link down below with more about that so you can look into it yourself if you'd like. And I wanted to do this update because it seems obvious to me that the IDF is still very clearly lying here, but maybe for anyone that doesn't think that, I wanted to explain why I think that. So, we have this article from Sky News, which basically is discussing the video and updates from the IDF in regards to the video. According to the article, the IDF acknowledged that its statement claiming that the ambulances had their lights off was incorrect and was based on the testimony from the soldiers in the incident. The newly emerged video footage showed that the ambulances were clearly identifiable and had their lights on, the IDF said. They added that there will be a reinvestigation to look into this discrepancy. It's interesting that they say reinvestigation here because I don't think there was ever an original investigation to begin with. It continues, addressing the fact that the aid workers' bodies were buried in a mass grave. The IDF said in its briefing this is an approved and regular practice to prevent wild dogs and other animals from eating the corpses. The IDF could not explain why the ambulances were also buried. The IDF said 6 of the 15 people killed were linked to Hamas, but revealed no detail to support the claim. If I'm recalling correctly, I believe they originally claimed it was 9, but now it's 6. Interesting how that number gets smaller. I don't think that this was a matter of miscommunication between the soldiers and the higher ups at the IDF. I think they are once again lying. Let's just stop for a moment and simply look at the evidence at hand here. We have a group of soldiers in the IDF who fired on aid workers who had their lights on, so they would have been able to clearly identify them as aid workers and killed them. And then they buried the bodies and the vehicles in a mass grave. For me, that evidence points to a group of soldiers who knowingly killed aid workers and then deliberately tried to hide the evidence. If I am to take Israel at its word and believe that 6 of the aid workers were in fact Hamas militants, then that means Israel purposefully sacrificed the lives of 9 aid workers in order to kill 6 Hamas militants, and then chose for some reason to bury all of them in a mass grave. Personally, that's not a great defense either. I mean, I don't think that that is a successful operation in any way, shape, or form. Let's think about it for a second. You have a far better equipped army. By all accounts, their army should be better trained. And yet, this army, when given beforehand intel and the element of surprise, chooses to engage in execution of all of the people there. It does not take a moment to find the 6 people it is looking for. It does not attempt to arrest them. It simply kills indiscriminately. If I am to take them at their word, I do not believe them when they say that there were 6 Hamas militants in this group. I believe that they were all 15 aid workers that were killed. But I'm simply saying that even if I were to take Israel at its word does not exactly make it look very good. In fact, it makes it look like an inefficient, bumbling, cowardly army. But once again, and one last time, I will make myself very, very clear. When Israel says that there were 6 Hamas militants among this group of 15, they are lying. Just like they were lying when they said the ambulance lights were off. They are lying again. As far as I am concerned, Israel has no credibility. They have a long way to go before they will earn that back. And every statement they make should be approached from a place of skepticism, and especially when it is in regards to the Palestinian people and the war crimes Israel is committing in Gaza. We seem to be at a place where people are very trusting of politicians and governments. When they say something, they believe them. And to me, that's weird. I don't outright believe Israel when it makes a claim about the Palestinians in Gaza, because I know Israel has its biases, it has its agendas, it has its goals. And lying about the Palestinians aligns with those goals. I am hesitant to believe Donald Trump or Doge when they come out and talk about all of the fraud and waste in the government, because they don't supply evidence, and their goals also align with there being a lot of waste and fraud in the government. So when your goals align, when the facts don't line up, and when it would benefit you greatly to lie, and unless you give me proof to back up your claim, I should not believe you. Until you can provide evidence to support what you are saying, I should not believe you. It's okay to be skeptical of governments and politicians. It's okay to press them for evidence. It's okay to press them for details. It is the very least they can offer you when they are taking your money and using it to commit a genocide. So keep asking questions, keep demanding answers. It is okay to change your opinion when faced with concrete and tangible and legitimate evidence. All I'm asking is that you apply a little bit of logic and a little bit of critical thinking to the situations put before you. I will leave you with that. Hopefully, this didn't feel too lectury. I am really just one person on the internet who is genuinely worried about the lack of critical thinking and analysis that I see in my day to day life now, especially when it comes to the news and to information coming from governments and politicians across the board. So, if you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate it. And I guess I really don't have much else to say, but like the video, comment, subscribe, and if you don't want to do any of that, then at the very least, just stay asking questions and don't accept subpar evidence. Free Palestine, and I will see you all later.